Hi, in this video today we're going to be unboxing the Mario Kart Live home circuit, and we're going to be doing the Luigi edition here. I've already unboxed and set up the Mario edition, but what we can do at the end is we can just maybe weigh them just to see if they weigh the same. They look to be exactly the same car, just different colours. So this was bought in the UK from Smiths for just under 100 UK pounds. So let me show you around the box. So we've got the contents over here. We have one cart, we've got 4 gates, and we have 2 little arrow markers here, and we also have a USB charge cable. At the bottom here it just says what you can play on, and you can see you can have it in TV mode, you can have it in tabletop mode, and also handheld mode as well, and it says Pro Controller compatible. Now if you look at the back, it says drive a kart in the real world using Mario Kart controls. Control your kart while watching the live video feed on the onboard computer. So there's a little camera up here, and then you can either watch your TV and drive it around the place, or you can just play it straight on handheld mode on the Switch and then control it via here. It says here, opponents and items will appear on screen. Things that happen in-game affect how your kart moves in real life. For example, if you were to get hit by a shell, your kart does actually stop in real life. And it says your home is the circuit. Set up the gates and place them on the floor. It says make a course in any shape you please. All it has to do is pass under the 4 gates. So each circuit has to go through the 4 gates. But yet, in between that, if you wanted, you can make your kart do this in between the gates. And then the track, when you're looking at your screen or the TV, will weave the exact same way that you drove it when you set it up. So it doesn't just have to be a boring oval or a figure of 8, you can do any design you want. Race against the Koopalings in 8 Grand Prix Cups. If you use a mushroom, your kart will dash, and it does actually go quicker in all the different speeds that you do, like 50cc, 100cc, 150, etc. It says if you're bitten by a piranha plant, your kart will stop. Explore your home like never before. Watch as it is transformed into ocean depths, a sandy desert, and more in the world of Mario Kart. So you kind of get these overlays, just like what you see here. So your home will look slightly different when you're looking at it through the Switch screen. Up to 4 players can race together, and each player needs 1 kart, 1 console, 1 copy of the software. So you each have to have your own Switch. You can't do split screen on this here. So let's open it up and see what we've got on the inside. Right, so we have to download the software, and it shows us how to also charge the kart as well. Right, so it says here, first download the software. Start Nintendo eShop. On the search screen, search for MK Live, and you need to have 1.1 gigabytes or more. And it says download Mario Kart Live home circuit. Once download is finished, start the software. So it's nice and straightforward. This is just health and safety information. Okay, so in here we have a little USB-C cable. So this is what you're going to use to charge up your kart. And you might want to know the length of that, so let's give it a little measure. So that's approximately 1 foot, so around about 31, 32 centimetres. So it's very short. Now in here we're going to have all the gates. So to use the gates, all you've got to do is open them up here like so, and then fold them out here, and then just slot this bit into here, into the clips into there, and then fold that down, and you do the same on this side here. Open it up, fold that over, and slot that in to there. And then it has to be facing this way, so the karts are going to drive through it this way, because that's the bit that the camera recognises, not that way round. And it's quite interesting because then when you look, when you're playing the game, often the gates have different markings on them, and as well the little arrows as well all light up differently. The camera picks it up and then puts images onto them. So there you go, you've got the gate 2, exactly the same thing again, and you can see the different colours. So it's black for 1, yellow for 2, blue for 3. You set it up in the same way again. They all have different pictures on the front, you can see there. Slightly different. And also this one here is Luigi, this is Mario, and this one here is green. Let's just compare them to see if they're exactly the same gates as in the Mario set. So 1 is exactly the same, 2 is exactly the same, 3 the same, and 4 the same. So they're all the same. The only difference between the Mario and Luigi set is the actual car itself. Right, so they're all the gates, and if you have a look, we've got a couple of little arrow markers here. And all these do is you fold them out like that, and you just pop them on the floor like so. So when you're using it, you can only use 4 gates per race. But let's say if you had 2, 3, 4 of these sets, you can't use any more gates, but you can use more arrows. So the arrows can be dotted around the circuit, and they will be picked up and displayed differently by the switch. So that's the box empty now. We've done the gates, we've done the arrows. The only thing left to do is the actual kart itself. So there we have it. Now they're very detailed, so even just as a model they do look nice. Now if you're wondering how to charge them, all we have to do is slide this up here. So first of all, let's compare it to the Mario one, and then I'll show you how it charges up and also how to turn it on. In fact, you can see it's on now. So I'm just going to hold this button down here. This is known as the ignition button, and if I hold it down now, you can see it's turned off. So I'll just show you that now. Press it once to turn it on, and then to put it into pairing mode, sync mode, when you sync it up to your switch, you press it again, and now you can see it's going to be flashing blue and red until it syncs up with the switch. And you do that via a QR code on this little camera here. So you have the QR code on your switch or a TV screen, and you point this camera at it and it will pair automatically. I'm just going to turn it off now by holding down the ignition switch. What's interesting is the steering is proportional, which means that if you move your Joy-Con just a little bit, so the left analog stick, if you move it a little bit, this will move a little bit. If you move it a lot, this will move a lot. So a lot of the cheaper radio control cars they're not proportional. So if you were to do even a tiny bit right, it would just go all the way right. You have no true control. It's either all left or all right. But with this, you can do it in tiny little bits like this. So that's quite good. Right, let's compare the karts. And you will see that they are exactly the same, apart from different colours, and obviously the L at the front and the M, and the characters are different there, Mario and Luigi. But the height of them, the size of them, they're all exactly the same. Let's give them a quick weigh and see if they weigh exactly the same or not. Let's do Luigi first. Right, so 304 grams. 307 grams. So it looks like Mario's just a tiny little bit heavier. 303. Yeah, so Mario's just a tiny bit, but not anything that would make a difference. But remember, lighter is better because they're going to be powered by the same motor. So in theory, Luigi might just have a tiny, tiny, tiny advantage, but probably nothing that you would actually notice. Right, let's measure them because you might want to know about whether or not it's going to fit under your settee. So the length of the car without the exhaust is around about 17.5 centimetres, so 175 millimetres. Including the exhaust, you're looking at a length of around about near enough 20 centimetres. The width, the widest point, is going to be around about 115 millimetres, so 11.5 centimetres. And really the most important one is the height, because that's going to be where it goes under the settee. So let's go from the bottom of the wheel. Yeah, you're looking about, it's hard to gauge exactly. I would say you really need to have 10 centimetres clearance, so 100 millimetres. You can see there, it's about 95 mil, 9.5 centimetres, so that's the important one. And obviously it's going to be the same with this as well because they are the same cars, it's just the characters that are different. Yeah, you need to allow 10 centimetres to be safe, because then you can see you can have a wider track because you can go underneath your sofas, your settees. Right, let me show you how these charge. Okay, so if you're going to use the short supplied lead, it needs to go from a dock. So plug it in, and then we're going to lift up this little hidden flap here on the side. It's the side near the ignition button, and then it's USB-C, so we can put it in any way. It's no orientation. And if you have a look now, you can see when we plug it in there, we will have the red light here to indicate that it's charging. Also, when you reverse this cart, when you're playing it, the red light will also come on. So there you go, that's how you charge it there. If you're going to use the Pro cable, then plug it in there. Again, on the Luigi one, we have the little port just here. Plug it in here, and you'll see after a few seconds it will light up red. There you go, so that is now charging. If you wanted to use your power adapter, you can plug that straight in. So I'm just plugging it in now, and again, if we look at Mario here, just plug this straight into here, and again it will charge from there. So that is it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and hopefully now you understand what you get in the box of the Mario Kart Live home circuit. Bye now.